a new one every day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's like, oh, I didn't know they were making this. And it's like, how do they? Like, they can't be making that much money. You know, like, people share subscriptions. Like,
yeah, that's the best way to do it.
They earn a ton of money, but they spend way more. And their hope is seeing Hollywood kind of decline because movie theater sales are like low overall. Like, people in the summer go to see like Endgame, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, all these other movies, like, unless you're from Disney, you're not making money at the movie theater, you know? Like, you might break even, but you're not really a successful movie unless you crack like $1 billion nowadays. And Disney's the only thing that does that. But yeah, Netflix is like just hoping to like wait out the fall of Hollywood and then to recoup their investment and be like, okay, now that we're the only players here, we can really charge more per head and we can really like recoup and actually gain a profit.
Yeah.
They were playing for the long haul. And then Hollywood, specifically Disney, was like, hold my beer. I'm going to do Disney Plus and we're going to have Star Wars, Marvel, the Disney catalog, Hulu included, like, bang, bang,
got, like,
you're done.
Don't they got like National Geographic and I think they own something else. Like, they own a bunch of companies, Disney do.
Yeah.
ESPN they got.
Yeah. You're going to be able to watch like your sports stuff on Disney Plus.
ESPN is Disney is a fucking crazy monopoly.
Disney is insane.
They got Boardwalk. They got Park Place. They got all that shit.
Yeah, it makes me kind of scared because it's like, as someone who loves entertainment and like good film and art and stuff, I think, like we talk about like religious stuff, I think the human experience is often just like you just project it into art.
Yeah,
if you might not even know what you're saying, you just say it. And that's what movies should do, and that's what good movies do. Like,
yeah,
Joker does that. Bringing it back to that movie. And it's like even something like Endgame, which is like a popcorn movie or whatever. There's like stuff in it about like, for Thor's character, about like depression and post-traumatic stress and stuff. It's like, that's all real. And it's like, this is how we communicate the modern culture.
Yeah.
And just having like one company, one mouse at the head of it all and like controlling what is and isn't said is scary to me.
It is. It is.
Especially
it really is.
From an advocate of free speech. It's like, yikes. And so
when somebody got absolute power, something like that,
corrupts absolutely.
That's a fact, man. At the
Shout
same,
out to my boy Jeff Bezos and Amazon too for that. Destroying retail.
Yeah, right. For real. At the same time, like, because I'm a big movie lover myself, the Disney Plus, you almost gotta get it.
I know.
Yeah,
That's one of those things. Like, I
gotta get
I gotta get it.
It's crazy.
It's like for the same price as 1 month at Netflix. I think it's like $14 or $15. You can get the Disney Plus like extension pack, which is the whole back catalog and all those other services like National Geographic, ESPN, Hulu. You can get all of that and the new stuff, like the new Marvel show, the new Star Wars show, all for the same price as Netflix. And Netflix is like, we got Stranger Things, guys. Come on. Like, no, it's not even a competition. And so I think, and Disney is not like Netflix where they're in debt. They have so much gross money.
Yeah, their resources and income is ridiculous.
Like, they spend like $400 million on a movie, and that movie makes like $2 billion. You know, like, it's nuts.
Look how genius this is. Look what they've been doing the last couple of years. They just literally taking classic movies and doing live action versions of them.
Yeah, I'm actually like...
This shit is a fucking astounding when you think about it. And I mean, Lion King was shit in my opinion.
I do not like any of those movies.
Yeah.
I refuse to see the Aladdin movie.
Aladdin was good.
Aladdin was my Disney movie. People are like, what's your Disney movie? Aladdin was mine.
I got you.
Robin Williams was like another uncle to me. Like, I love that man. And seeing him pass broke my heart. And seeing like CGI Will Smith, I'm just like done. Like, cash my chips out. I'm done. You know, and like,
I feel you. I hear you.
I just don't stand for the principle of it. Like, if it's done well, like, the only thing that should be remade are movies that like tried and failed. Like, there's this movie, In Time, I think, with Justin Timberlake. It's got a pretty neat sci-fi premise where like your lifespan is currency. And
I know what you talk about, yeah.
Yeah, and that movie flopped because it was kind of bleh. It was like a whatever kind of movie. But like, that premise should be revisited. You should remake that movie. Or they may remake Tron, which with better effects. Like, those type of remakes where they say like, oh, this idea is actually worth reinvestigating.
Right.
But it's like Aladdin we did it. It was great. It's over. Move on. Same with Star Wars. It's like 1983. We wrap up like Return of the Jedi. The series is concluded. Move on. Do a different thing. Indiana Jones. Last Crusade, we did it. Move on.
But do you think, like, because obviously they're in it to make money. That's number one.
Yeah.
But I think what they're trying to, like, the concept that they're using is bringing our childhood, because now, you know, I'm at that age where, like, I was a kid when Lion King came out, and now I'm at the age where, you know, a lot of my peers are starting families, and then they're having children, so it's able to kind of like join those two worlds together, where I'm able to experience my childhood and bring this to my kid, and they can kind of experience the movies that I had when I was a kid, but now it's their version of it. You know what I mean?
Here's my argument though: a DVD player exists.
That's a fact.
You know,
because I'd rather
just pump like, look, watch this. That's what my dad did. Is like, here, watch A New Hope, and I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Like, you can't beat the classics. You really can't.
And so why try to?
Yeah, some of those movies I can do without. Like I said, I enjoyed Aladdin. I enjoyed Jungle Book. I thought that was pretty dope. I enjoyed what was the other one? Beauty and the Beast. I enjoyed both. I enjoyed both of those. I didn't like Lion King, and they got a couple more coming out as well. Like I heard they're going to do Hercules and
they're doing
Mulan. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing
There's
Mulan.
legit like 5 this year. Like there's Lion King, Aladdin, Dumbo.
Yeah, I forgot Dumbo came out.
I know that just sort of came and went. I know.
Didn't they do Cinderella too?
Shout out to Dree for like she's like the biggest Dumbo rap.
Yeah, she is. She's like the only person I know that likes Dumbo.
I wanted to ask her if she liked that movie or not. Hey Dree, did you like that movie? Text me.
Right.
Also, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Dree. Word. Shout out Penelope. Baby Penelope.
Hey.
She's in the world.
Oh man, I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, that's lit.
Anywho, yeah. There was a question there.
They came out with Cinderella too, didn't they?
Yeah, no, that was they and Maleficent has a sequel this year, which was like a Disney remake type of thing.
I want to see that. I heard it was good.
Yeah,
I heard it was lit.
And then there was what's that? Lady and the Tramp is coming to Disney Plus as a live action.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know about that.
And so literally, like if you count all those, like 5 or 6, it's like we really need that many in 1 year. Like you got to think like it used to be like you get one Star Wars movie every 4 years.
It's freaking genius,
but now it's like
man.
you get 2 a year, and it's like and you get like 3 Marvel movies a year, and because Hollywood realized like this is the only thing people will pay to see in the movie theater.
Yeah.
So they just need to make more of it. It's like, oh, we need to be making like a Thor movie, an Avengers movie, and a Spider-Man movie all in like the same year, stack them up. And it to me, I feel like overall like a media overload, especially with like Netflix and what they're doing. Like there's so much Netflix stuff that I see trailers for. I'm like, that looks great. I have no time to see it.
Yeah, it's too much content. It's way too much content nowadays, man. It's so like I mean, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you enjoy,
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of Netflix specifically. Is like if you like dumb, stupid Adam Sandler comedies, they have it. If you like intellectual thrillers, they have it. If you like
horror movies,
they have it. If you like things like Stranger Things, like the 80s, like I call it the kids on bikes genre, like they have it. They really like embrace. That's the thing, like the blank check to anyone and everyone. It's like they really like throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And I think that from a creative standpoint, I love that. But from a business standpoint, I'm like, you guys are in grave danger.
Yeah. It's just a lot of content. But that's the thing
is like I call myself like a cinephile or a movie buff, and then people are like, have you seen this movie? And I'm like, no. Have you seen this show? I'm like, no. Have you seen this? I'm like, no. It's like people are like, oh, well, then you're really not. It's like, yes, well,
but you go to see what you want to see.
Right,
yeah. You go to see the things that you want to see. There's not like
there's kind of a movie. There's a few movies like you kind of need to see.
Yeah,
like I think Joker's one. Joker and Endgame were like the 2 movies this year where it's like you have to see it.
Right,
both comic book movies, just to clarify, like the only things that make money. But I think Joker was like a big like people will pay to see new things. I think that also happened with Logan and Deadpool. Yeah, Logan was like, hey, we're gonna take the comic book genre and make a western, and then Deadpool was like, we're gonna do like this fourth wall breaking like comedy with like all this crude humor, and then you have Joker that's like, we're gonna do this like really dark, grim like 70s character study type movie like Taxi Driver, and then everyone's like, here's my money, and people, I think people are really thirsty for something new and original.
Yeah, I am. That's the main thing I'm craving for right now.
That's the thing is I saw the trailer for Joker and I was like, how can I not see this?
Right.
Like I requested off the opening day, like the day I saw the trailer, and I was like, when can I pre-order my ticket? And then I saw it opening night with my roommate Sam. Shout out to Sam. And it's like, it was amazing. And then I went like the next weekend. I was like, I had friends who were like interested. And I'm like, we're going to see it right now. And like, you'll see it again. I'm like, I'll see it 3 times.
Yeah, seriously.
Meanwhile, I have people like I have friends in my church who were like, yeah, I like the movie, but it's one of those movies I can only ever see once. It was so intense. And I was like, I'll see it as many times as I can.
That movie was very intense, man. I remember sitting there and being very uncomfortable watching it. Very, like, I'm sitting there squirming in my seat.
Reaching for the padlock.
And it's nothing gruesome. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like,
it's not that violent. It's just so realistic.
Yeah, it's too realistic. It's too real.
Yeah.
It's too real.
The violence is so, like, the movie.
You felt it. You felt like you was there.
The whole thing is, like, you watch Endgame and there's a separation. Because even though it is, like, there's this thing called suspension of disbelief, where you watch Endgame and you believe you're seeing Thor fight Thanos, but you know intuitively that that's impossible.
Right.
You watch Joker and there is no suspension of disbelief. It's like, Joaquin Phoenix really embodies the character, and the setting is so realized,
yes,
and the script is so realistic. I mean, the story has some conveniences that are a little contrived, but that's like a minor complaint from my end. It's like, you feel like that movie could have happened in real life. It could happen tomorrow.
Seriously.
Like, and the only, like, there's no the only comic booky things is clown paint and a gun.
Right.
Like, that's his only superpower is that he gets a gun at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, man, it's the kind of movie that I'm like, okay, I want to see this.
Yeah, it's a classic. That's
instant classic.
That's definitely one of those movies. There's only a few movies that, like, I got to own. Mm-hmm. When that comes out on DVD, I gotta go buy it. Right. I gotta have that in my collection. Even if I never open it again ever, like, I gotta have it.
That's I gotta see the commentary track. I gotta see the bonus features.
Seriously, all that, man.
Deleted scenes. I know there's a couple. There's a couple shots in the trailer where I was like, where was that? But
yeah, you're right.
There's like a shot of him in like his full suit. I'm presuming, like, speculating it was at his mom's funeral. He's dressed like that, and he's like looking up happy at the clouds, and I'm like, where was that in the movie? Mm-hmm. But yeah, they cut stuff out, but I'm like, I want to see that. Is there an extended cut maybe? I don't know. Yeah,
whoever hasn't seen Joker yet, please go. And like I said, it's a very uncomfortable movie, you know, and I can understand how people be like, yeah, I can't see that no more. I can definitely understand that because honestly, it's too real, but yeah, that's one of those movies. I still haven't seen it again yet, but I still got to.
People will sympathize with that character, and they'll like be like, "Oh, it's totally understandable." Like what he's because like they relate like, "Oh, because he experienced this, he reacts in this way," and it's like I said before, like think like that Joker's whole story is rational. Like he's quote unquote insane, but I think it's more like he's delusional and he has the laugh factor thing.
Yeah,
and he's got depression. And it's like, outside of that, though, I think he's like hyper sane. Like he's super just aware of his suffering. Some people just suffer in life and just like distract themselves. He just sort of is so consumed by it all the time. I mean, that's kind of the way I was when I was going through the ringer.
Yeah.
And then his way of coming out was realizing like his nihilism, which is the Joker, is nihilism, is like there is no meaning to the world, so burn it all down. And then my outcoming was there is meaning to the world, so praise Jesus. You know, that was my thing.
I feel you.
And so I really appreciated the Joker for that aspect. Like people were, I couldn't help but chuckle. I was listening to Alex. Shout out to Alex. I love you, dude. We need to talk. Because me and him talked like before, where I really like took Jesus seriously as like my Lord and Savior. But we still had like. We still approached the Bible differently and had a good conversation about it. That was our last real conversation.
Yeah.
It's been years, and I think we can really readdress that. But, yeah, maybe on the show.
Yeah, possibly.
And then, what was I going to say? But, yeah, he said, like, he wouldn't recommend the movie to people who are deeply religious. And I'm like, dark, miserable movies, I think, really preach religious messages more than the hopeful, like, pure flicks crap you see. You know, it's like... There's more truth in it, and it's like really preaches the necessity for meaning and the necessity for the biblical worldview. And it's like without it, you know, like your life's built on sand, and like why not like just like shoot Robert De Niro in the face? Spoilers.
Should have said that before. Nah, yeah, that scene was crazy. That was intense.
Speaking of, you're awful because you only brought me on this podcast to make fun of me. How about another joke, Benjamin? No, I'm kidding. I sent you that meme of him on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I seen that.
No, that had me dead.
Did that really happen?
No. He went on Fallon, but then I watched that interview, and Fallon was like, "Oh, I saw the movie. I really liked it." And he of course can't address spoilers. The movie's not been out yet. He's doing his press tour. But then I'm like, I can just see in Fallon's head the whole interview that just after seeing that movie, being in that like talk show setting with Joaquin Phoenix, it's like. I would be nervous. I would be like, can we schedule it for next week?
Right.
I'd be like, I need like time.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Kimmel did like that. Did you see what Kimmel did on his show?
I didn't.
Okay, you'll hate this. So Kimmel, I don't like Kimmel, by the way. I think he's kind of like a douche, but he brought Joaquin Phoenix on. He's doing his press tour. Like I said, he's advertising Joker. And he's like, oh, we have an outtake. Let's play the outtake. And he plays a